In about an hour? Good, I'll be waiting for you. Bye, Thorne. It's done.
So I hear.
He has no idea what I want to talk to him about.
Caroline, do you want to do this?
It's necessary, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is.
Anyway, I don't think it's going to be very hard to handle, actually. I imagine that Thorne will jump at the suggestion that he and I get counseling.
Caroline, remember, she's not a marriage counselor. She's a psychiatrist, and he's going to know that.
Well, I'll just tell him that she's someone that I trust. You do know what the trap of this whole thing is, of course.
Yes, and that's why I asked you if you really want to do it.
Is there any other way?
Yes. You could sit down with Thorne and tell him everything, from the conversation he overheard with Mother and Dad to the moment he shot me.
Just roll the dice.
It's an option.
It's an option that Dr. Bruckner told us definitely not to consider. And I have to say that I agree with her, Ridge. Thorne doesn't want to know about a prank that found me in bed with you, or a night when he took a gun and used it against his own brother. That's why he's blocked all this out of his mind. To confront him with that, I want someone professional nearby. Someone like Dr. Bruckner.
And that means playing the facade.
Yes, that is definitely the downside. When I tell Thorne that I want to seek counseling, he is going to interpret it as something positive.
But it is something positive.
Not for the marriage, Ridge. Now that's over, and that is not why we're doing this.
Caroline, it's still something positive.
Yes, okay, for Thorne, hopefully, it will be positive. I am not going to lead him on anymore. I've already done enough of that.
No one wants you to lead him on.
God, Ridge, I just want this to be over.
So do I, Caroline. I just wish there was some way of taking this on for you.
But you can't, okay? So don't even think about it. That's impossible.
I'm gonna be waiting out in the hall when you're talking to him.
What?
Just in case something happens.
What if he sees you,
He's
Ridge?
not going to see me. I just want to be nearby, just in case.
Look, I can handle this.
You don't realize how delicate this is, do you?
Of course I realize how delicate this is, and I don't want you anywhere near this office. Don't you understand that? Look, this is my husband, and this is my problem.
You're worried he might figure something out, aren't you? Right here today in this office. That's why you don't want me around here. In case Thorne starts to remember something.
Look, please do this for me, Ridge. Just this one thing. All right, you owe it to me, damn it. Now, would you get out of here? He's gonna be here soon.
So Clarke wants to see me?
Yes.
Why?
It's about Mark.
All right, whose idea was this?
Well, to be honest, it was mine.
Margot, I have absolutely nothing to say to this man.
Bill, I know, but he's still the baby's father.
You know, why the hell is it that right after you're married, he suddenly recognizes that he's the baby's father? And beforehand, he never even acknowledged the child existed.
Bill, I've told you that before. It happened when Mark was ill. It just changed Clarke's whole perspective.
All right. Call him and tell him to get over here. But I'm not promising anything.
Garrison.
Clarke. Hi, it's Margot. I'm over in Bill's office right now, and Well, he said he's free to see you if you're available right now.
I'm pretty busy. What about later?
What about later?
Now.
I heard. I'll be there. Nothing's more important to me than my son. Thanks, Margot.
Bye. Well, he's on his way over.
Hi.
Hi.
I got here as soon as I could.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
What's up?
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Tide. On some of your toughest laundry problems, if it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
Come in, Thorne. Shut the door.
What's going on?
Well, I thought that we should talk.
What about?
How have you been?
How have I been?
I realize that that's a very strange question to be asking one's husband.
But in view of the fact that we haven't slept together in months. I've been fine, Caroline. All things considered, I've been fine.
Thorne, I don't pretend that this has been easy for you.
As I'm sure it hasn't been for you either.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. Something that we can do to make it easier.
Hello, Margot.
Hi.
Hello, Bill.
Clarke?
I'm glad you could fit me into your schedule.
Well, from the sound of things, it doesn't seem like I had much choice.
I think we can settle this without too much sweat.
Settled what?
Margot didn't tell you?
Bill.
Oh, right. You're hoping to see the boy.
I'm not hoping, Bill. I will see my son.
Oh, I love it. I really love it. Your son. Let me ask you something, Clarke. Prior to the boy becoming ill, how often did you refer to Mark as your son?
I don't have to justify myself to you.
Oh, no, you don't. Because you can't.
Bill, please.
I think it'd be a good idea to listen to your wife.
Margot, would you mind leaving me alone with Mr. Garrison here just so we can discuss this in private?
Oh, no.
It's okay. Believe me, it's all right.
Bill, I'm not going to leave the two of you alone.
Look, I didn't come here to fight. I just want what's legally mine.
Visitation rights.
Exactly. I want to spend a lot of time with Mark. A whole lot of time.
Yeah, that may not be possible.
Don't mess with me, Spencer.
Bill, what are you saying? I thought we had an agreement.
I never agreed to anything. I never agreed to want this man walking through this door and dictating to me how often he could disrupt our lives. 1 weekend a month.
Is this guy out of his mind?
You take it or leave it.
No. Not 1 weekend a month, or 2 or 3 or 4. Every other week. That's right, Spencer. Every other week. Now you take that or leave it. Well, we don't have to. We don't have to do it.
Good, you're both here.
Well, hi, darling.
Do you have a minute?
Sure, son.
It's about Thorne.
What about Thorne?
Caroline and I did something yesterday that you both should be in on.
What, Ridge?
We went to see a psychiatrist.
Why?
I wanted an opinion.
What? An opinion about Thorne?
Yes.
But we've already been to psychiatrists about Thorne.
Yes, but I haven't.
Ridge, I hope to God you didn't say anything about his involvement in your shooting.
Dad, I trust this woman very much. She's an old friend of mine.
You did say something.
Ridge, nobody outside of this family knows anything about this.
Well, it's about time someone did. That's the only way we're going to resolve this situation.
What exactly did you say? I want you to know that I am really very upset with you about this.
Oh, you're some comedian, I'll tell you. You must have him rolling in the aisles.
Every other week, Bill. Half the time with me, half the time with his mother. That's no joke.
Now, you listen to me, mister. You're just lucky you're even seeing this kid at all.
All right, that's enough, both of you. Clarke, I never agreed to joint custody.
Then let's start talking.
The only talking you're going to do is to that door.
You want to settle this with my lawyer? That is fine.
Clarke, please. Please, could you just leave now? We'll talk about it later.
It's your party, Margot. But mark my words. I'm going to have my son as much as I want. There is no higher priority in my life right now.
Well, then you're heading for some very big disappointments there, Garrison,
Bill,
believe
please,
me.
stop it. Clarke, just go.
We'll see who's in for some disappointments. By the way, Spencer, congratulations on your wedding.
You want to make what easier?
Our situation.
What does that mean?
It means that I'm as unhappy about all of this as you are.
This being?
Our life. The way we're living. What do you think I mean, Thorne?
Why are you getting upset? I didn't call this little powwow.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I shouldn't take my frustrations out on you.
And you do have a lot of them, don't you? Not the least of which is me, I assume.
You know what? I'm responsible for my own frustrations, and I promise I will take complete and full credit for them. But thank you. Let me tell you what I have in mind.
I don't know if I want to hear this. Is this about our marriage?
Yes?
Caroline, why do we have to talk about this now? I mean, can't this just wait until later on in the day, like, after work?
No,
Why not?
because I've already made an appointment.
An appointment?
Thorne, I think that we should get some counseling.
Mother, we told Dr. Bruckner everything.
Everything?
That's right. The shooting, the events leading up to it, the whole works.
What the hell did you think you were going to accomplish by doing that?
Look, I cannot hold Caroline back any longer. She wants a divorce. She has a right to get it.
Damn it, Ridge, I can't believe you did this without speaking to us first.
Dad, there's nothing you could have said or done to change my mind. I was determined to do this.
Do you realize what jeopardy you've placed your brother in?
No, Mother, I'm gonna help my brother.
No, you're not, don't you? If this becomes public knowledge, if people understand that he's the one that shot you, Ridge, he'll be prosecuted.
Dr. Bruckner is completely trustworthy, believe me.
All right. So you saw this psychiatrist. What did she say?
That she wants to see Thorne.
Well, that isn't possible now, is it?
Yes, Mother, it is. Caroline is with Thorne right now. She's making the arrangements.
You made an appointment.
Yes, with a counselor.
A counselor?
A therapist, Thorne.
Why?
Because, in my opinion, you and I need it.
Marriage counseling for you and me.
Well, we wouldn't be the first ones to go to one. Do you have a problem with it?
No, I don't have a problem with it, Caroline. I'm just surprised. Who is it?
Her name is Michelle Bruckner.
Bruckner? That sounds familiar.
Well, she's a very well-known psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist? Why do we have to say a psychiatrist?
Why not?
Because you don't go to a psychiatrist for marriage counseling. That's why.
Thorne, I've been to her before.
You have?
Yes, and I know you're going to like her. She's really good.
Fine, then I guess it's Michelle Bruckner. Caroline, what made you decide that you want to do this?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about it lately.
I can't believe this. You never even said anything to me.
Well, I've never been ashamed to seek help when I've needed it.
Personally, I never felt I needed it.
But you will then go with me.
Of course I'll go with you. When's the appointment?
Tomorrow morning.
Caroline, this is the most positive thing that you have ever said to me in I don't know how long. Honey, thank you. Thank you.
Thorne and Caroline are making arrangements.
To see the psychiatrist, yes.
They're going there together?
All right, Rich, you tell us what's going on here.
Look, obviously, the only way to get Thorne to a shrink is through the guise of marriage counseling.
Oh, that's just wonderful. They get there, and then what happens?
And then Dr. Bruckner evaluates Thorne
Evaluates him for what?
to see if he's able to face the truth.
And you're going to leave that decision to a total stranger?
She's a professional, Dad. Besides, she's not going to do a thing without discussing it with me first.
My God, Ridge, how can you be certain of that? Once that office door closes and this woman, who cannot possibly know the depth of this problem, once she begins to probe, anything could happen.
She has a hell of a reputation. Now, if anything happens, Thorne will be in good hands.
That's not the point. Nothing is what is supposed to happen. It's not necessary for him to remember what happened last fall.
Yes, well, that's where you and I disagree.
You're right, that's where we disagree. He's been doing just fine. All right, he has a problem with his marriage with Caroline, but that has nothing to do with this. Psychiatric sessions could trigger his memory. It will destroy his life. This isn't necessary, Ridge.
So what do you suggest? We just leave it the way it is? No, Mother. That just can't be. Because the way it is means that Caroline can't get on with her life, and neither can I.
What is that supposed to mean, or do I even have to ask?
It means that I can't relate to my brother as a brother until we resolve these issues. Like the fact that he took a gun and tried to blow my brains out, for starters.
Ridge, he did that because you slept with Caroline.
And that's another issue that he and I have to discuss.
And you can, and in time it'll work out, but not now.
I've already had 1 year without a brother. How many years am I supposed to wait? I understand where you're both coming from. You're worried about Thorne. Well, I'm worried about him too. I'm worried about the weeks and the months that go by where he's drifting further and further away from all of us, away from reality. That's what happened last year. Now, I've got to believe that we can get through this if Thorne could just be prepared to face the truth. That's what this doctor is going to do for us. She's going to prepare Thorne to meet his worst fear. Losing Caroline. Yes, maybe even to his own brother. And if this doctor can't help him, then God help all of us. Because I don't know who can.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for The Bold and the Beautiful.